Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Bishop, the Tier 5 British SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Halluf, and it's under the command of CriticalCarpet3. Game on! Well, it looks like he's actually not put any camo on this Arty. He's just put the symbols of achievement on the side, and he's got the third mark for the mastery. So yes, he has had more than a few ace tankers in this vehicle, but only one mark of excellence so far. Well, that's not a problem, because he'll soon beef that up and have a lot more. This Arty has a 4.5-inch howitzer, which is capable of doing 450 alpha, 28mm bend, and 2.2 meters on the bar burst radius. But the best thing about it is actually the reload speed. Normally it's 12.37 seconds, but you can see here, whoa, drove on autopilot there. Normally it's 12.37 seconds. You can see the Critical Carpets has got 9.39, so he's really doing very well. Well, that Cromwell's done a quick drive-by. I think he's trying to get into the enemy rear to cause a bit of pandemonium. He doesn't realise he's actually gone past the Arty, but he's about to find out to his cost that yes, it was a bit of a bad mistake. There's also a couple of enemy tanks a bit further south in the south, we can see, but they're outside our range at the moment. Cromwell's really taking some damage. VK, well, he may have gone a bit too deep in there. He's decided to pull back. It's a bit too dangerous, but we can get a shot on that Cromwell now. Okay, he's going to the aim. Nope, the guy's gone behind the rock again, but I'm sure he's going to fall back because he can't get up that slope without getting hit. Okay, go for it. Oh, well, didn't get him, but somebody else did. The Jagdpanzer 4, or Flakpanzer. Okay, well, the Bishop does have a short range, which means that you have to get fairly close to the enemy, but it is also extremely accurate. Now, at the moment, he's a bit too close, actually, because the rock face that's just in front of him is too high for him to lob the shells over. The good thing about this Arty is that it does have a very high trajectory, but not high enough to get over that rock. Wish he pulled back a bit. Gets a hit with his first one on the Panzer 4 F-Spy. Go for it again. Reload it. I like the way he anticipated that one. He gets a splash kill to get the finish off the tank. Okay, there was an enemy Arty in this area. Saw the tracer. Oh, he got him! He got a direct hit! Now, the enemy Arty is a Bishop, but they do have a Fifi as well. He's moved position to avoid getting wiped out with the second shot, but he knows that the Bishop is nearby. He just can't tell exactly where. You can probably look back on the trajectory, and in fact, actually, we've just looked back, and we can see now where he's firing from. So we'll give it another go. He pulls back to have a quick one. That was close. Become kind of personal now. He wants to get that guy, but there are a few enemy tanks nearby, and in fact now enemy fire is starting to come in on his teammates, so he's actually devoting all his time to them instead. It's also persuading the enemy not to come around the corner, just like this VK3001AP, who's very close to us. We haven't fired at him yet. Okay, there we do, and that's a hit in the face for 137. Now, he's aiming at our tanks, not at us. Keeps coming around the corner, though. He will get hit so much in the end that he will forget about the tanks and try to look for the Arty instead. He doesn't realise somebody's coming up behind him at the moment. There's a poodle just behind him. He realises it now, and it's too late. And this 40TP, well, he's also too late, because rounds out. That's a hit, 211. The VK3001P has been wiped out. The poodle didn't get him in the end. We've just been spotted by the enemy. And yes, the enemy Arty shells are starting to come in. And I suspect that that was actually the Bishop. But we're going to go with this guy instead. Oh, we didn't get the kill there. You can see the enemy Arty definitely wants a piece of us. In fact, both Artys are trying to nail us. Both of them. Okay, can we get a shot on the enemy Arty? Yes, we can. Dialing in, trying to predict his path. Looks good to me. Go for it. Rounds out. Say goodnight. Well, he didn't get him in the first shot, but 189 is a good first start. And we're going to go on the second shot. Rounds out. That's the kill.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
So that's part of the revenge. Okay, we're one up on the enemy at the moment. They're doing very well. They're pushing the enemy back from this corner. Now, there is a tank, a T-34, just a little further off. Now, oh, we did get a direct hit there on the KV-1S. Now, he might want to change direction and actually... Well, no, he doesn't have to, but there is nobody between him and that KV-1S. So I think he's now realised, yeah, time to retreat and reposition. They are two up on the enemy now, but the problem is, you see, he's got virtually no one between him and that KV-1S. And if the KV-1S realised that, he might decide to come forward. Okay, VK3001H is also moving forward. I think that KV-1S didn't know what was ahead of him. And I think that may be the reason why he didn't exploit the sudden lack of enemy in sight. He probably thought that if he came round the corner, the enemy tanks would be lined up ready for him. And the Cromwells managed to get all the way round without spotting anyone. Well, this bodes well for us, because there's only 5 enemy left. 3 of them are tank destroyers, 1 RT, the PP, and 1 heavy tank, the KV-1S. And there's the KV-1S. He's been found. Okay, we can get a shot on him. Just need to pick the right angle. Unfortunately, I think we'd have to motor a little bit further to move to our a bit further west. Oh, for a brief moment there. Yes, I don't think the KV-1S is relishing the thought of actually getting Arty. That's why he keeps pulling back. And yes, Critical Carpets has decided that the best thing for him to do is actually change angle and go from the west corner. There's a nice couple of wrecks around here which you can use, and you can lob those shells down on top of the KV-1S where the Cromwell might have difficulty. This is a good spot. Goes to the aim. There he is. Yes, he has got a shot. Even if the guy sticks around the corner, rounds out, that's a bit too far. Okay, wait for it. The guy's coming forward. Okay, he's backing up now. And, oh, sudden change there. In fact, it's starting to get a bit, it looks like it was almost sticking for a moment. Well, sticking's not the actual word. Nice shot onto the engine deck. Okay, go for it again. Rounds out. Good hit. Solid hit. The guy is very upset now. He's down to only a third of his hit points, and I think he's feeling a bit put upon. In fact, he's hugging that wall now, because he knows that we've got the advantage. We could go a little further over to the west, not much. And he's really, really difficult. He's dug in. It might be that one of our guys will have to do an end run around him. He actually has no protection in his rear. And if one of our guys goes around the outside, he could die. And I think that's what the VK is going to do. It's going to go up behind him. In which case, this KV-1S is either going to come suddenly forward, or he's going to turn round and get confronted by the VK. And Critical Carpet opens the angle. Just like I said, he can actually open the angle to the west just a little bit. Get behind that rock. Now lob the shells over the rock into the KV-1S. There he is. And we can see where the enemy VP is. Oh, he got the Cromwell. And we lost the VK as well. Go for the KV-1S. Rounds out. Yes, he did get a hit. He's still coming on though. Makes me wonder if he's going to come all the way. 25 blind. Now the view range on this Arty is 250 meters. There's the... Oh, it's an M10. Okay, I saw him for a brief moment. Our guys are coming up behind. The Stug 3 Aslains G has actually managed to take out the Fifi from behind. He wasn't counting on that angle. The enemy team's got 2 M10 RBFMs. We're down to 4 tanks. The enemy's got 4. But 2 of ours are Arty. And that's a bit of a problem because the SU-122A is, well, it's a long reload on an Arty, depending on which gun you've actually got. Stug. Oh, there he is. And he's going to stop and take a shot. Okay, we almost got him with that one. We're holding to this wreck. We're going to take at least 1 round, but we should be able to get a kill shot. Yes! Now, the M10's going to stick with us, but we can auto-aim on and lob shells at him. Okay. Go for it. Yes, he did get a hit. And he's not the only one. It looks like the SU-122A also fired in that general direction and got a hit. Now, the M10 is a one-shot. Our Stug is in the cap. The M10's coming up the other way. We've got enough time to get to the wreck. He's gone into the aim, which I'm not so sure that's a good idea, but there we go. Go for it. Well, he did go for it, but the M10 got the draw before him, and both killed each other with their shots. So it looks like Critical Carpet did get a direct hit, and it probably penetrated that M10, took him out, but he wasn't able to avoid the M10 shell coming back at him. So that's the state at the moment. Let's go over to the what's going on at the other end. Well, that's our Panzer 3 Aslains, not Aslains, it's a Panzer 3 4, and he's gone right onto the edge of the map, and he can't get up. He's stuck there. But our Stug is still in the cap, and their M10 RBFM, their last enemy, well, he's not last enemy because there's a Nashorn. There's the Nashorn. Okay, we've almost capped out. He fires. Do they get a reset? No! And he gets another shot in, but that's the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for Critical Carpet 3 in the Bishop. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly. He also got the duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, including the one who killed him, and that's where he got the eye for an eye by wiping out the M10 just at the same moment the M10 fired at him. They both went down. They just exchanged shells at the wrong moment, or at the right moment, you might say, and he went out of the game, but he fought very bravely. He also got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 16, and he got the high caliber in that game for dealing the most damage overall. His win rate was 8,010, which is super unicum and a lot more. Let's have a look at team score. Well, the highest damage was 2,129. The next highest scorer was the Stug 3 Aslains B, who got the Invader medal on 1,262 for capping out and winning the game for our team. The third highest in damage turned out to be the M10 RBFM, and it was the one that he killed, Boss 202UA, or 2024, I think. So might be that they're Ukrainian. I suspect they might be. Well, they got 1,223 hit points of damage in third place. When it came to kills, the high scorer was Critical Carpet 3. He got 4 kills in the game. 3 kills went to the Poodle and also to the M10 RBFM on the enemy team. And 2 kills, well, the Jagdpanzer, the BK3001H, the SU-122A. So he was actually quite accurate, although he didn't do much in the way of damage. And on the enemy team, their KB1S, their Fifi, both managed 2 kills. And when it came to base XP, he's got that one too. So he's got the top in all three columns, just like the Targi replay you saw a short while ago in the PP. Yes, he managed to get all three columns. 922 went to CriticalCarpet3, 732 went to the VK3001P, and 646 went to the Poodle on the team. You can see the only two survivors of our team, or the only three survivors actually I should say, were the Stugdry Aslains G, who capped out, the SU-122A, who was lobbing shells from the other side of the battlefield and did get kills, and I think actually he was picking off enemy tanks that were already wounded, because he didn't do much in the way of hit points. But the other one was, of course, the Panzer IV, and it looks like he fell off the edge of the cliff. Or maybe he thought that they were going to lose the battle and decided to kill himself and put himself on the edge of the cliff, but he was no use to anyone after that. Didn't get any damage, didn't get any kills. And I do wonder if there's a possibility that this was a very inexperienced player who just placed himself in the battle and decided, oh, I'm not going to take part in this one. I'll just go and find a little corner to hide in and not do anything. If so, that put a lot of extra responsibility on all the players who did fight. And of course, the best player in the game, which was CriticalCarpet3. And he said it, this was his best battle in a bishop. It was just like the one with Targi. It was a furious battle with a lot of action. And in the end, he gave his life bravely to take one of the enemy tanks, or their best tank, and destroyed that flank. If we look at the detail, we can see he fired 28 rounds. Well, this Arty doesn't carry a lot. 39 rounds in total, so he had 11 rounds left at the end of the game. 14 direct hits on the enemy, none of them penetrated, but he did get 17 splashes. 2,129 hit points of damage, of which 1,504 were up more than 300 meters. So he actually did about 600 hit points, or 625 hit points of damage at close range. 4 hits received from the enemy, 4 penetrating shots, and 1 hit by way of splash damage. I think that was the enemy Fifi tried to get him, or was it the Bishop? Where he received several rounds once they actually did spot him. And it was that Panzer IV that poked his nose round the corner and found he was there. Didn't decide to actually then attract attention, pulled back. But they did manage to get him in the end. But that was when he actually got splashed. He damaged 6 of the enemy, killed 4 of them, and did 454 hit points of damage assistance. On a free-to-play account, he made a profit of 66,893 credits. That's a lot for a free-to-play game, but he did get a 70,000 mission completion bonus. So technically speaking, even though he won the game, he would have actually suffered a loss, but for that mission completion bonus. It would have been a loss of just under 3,000. So yes, a bit unfortunate, but he still came out with a profit. So, you know, shouldn't worry about that too much. The other thing, of course, was consumables. He did have to pay the full price for that as well. He also got 1,844 experience points out of that one as well. So that's a good, clean battle. And you can see it lasted 12 minutes and 52 seconds in total. And he was alive for most of it. Not the last minute, but yes, that Stug stayed in the cap and the enemy was just very late to get back. And it looks like that Nashorn didn't see him, couldn't see him sitting in the cap, probably because those bushes in the village were actually obscuring him. And maybe the Stug thought, uh-oh, I'm going to be spotted any second. In fact, I think that he hadn't been seen until the moment that he did fire. But even then, the Nashorn couldn't do much about it because he'd already capped by the time that he was ready to return fire. But it was a very exciting battle, and CriticalCarpet3 did exceptionally well. Always like to see a good game in the Bishop, and that was one. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.